Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. And a bunch of, local drowners. Let me just clear this up quick. Man, where are they all coming from? I don't know, but I can tell you where they all went. Anyway, where we last left off, I was heading across the main island of Skellige in order to meet up with Yennefer and see what she's been up to. Also, looks like one of the locals was sacrificing to Freya. Yet more evidence that this is a Nordic region. And I suspect that along this coastline here is whatever treasure was sacrificed. And oh, just off the coast, looks like. Down in the water. Freya be praised. Right, now that that's over with, I got some more question marks to find. And this latest one appears to be on the other side of the lake.
Your suffering ends now!
Oh, okay.
Yennefer and Skellige.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
Show me your way.
Ah, nuts. Nothing new. Still, he's got just enough coin on him. Especially after I buy his Dimeridium store. He's got enough stuff on him that, yeah, he can buy my old junk here, my papers, the stuff that won't turn into anything valuable if I deconstruct it. A random human skull. I know I don't need at least one of those trophies. And of course all of these weapons, or as many of them as I can afford, as he can afford. That being said, the ingots are significantly more expensive than the ore. So yeah, I only needed to buy 2 of them to recoup the costs.
So long.
Hey there. Take a yonder.
But sadly, it does not look like this little way station has any sort of signpost attached to it, which was what I was really looking forward to. But hey, I got other things to do. Like kill a whole bunch of bandits. And knock down this fence, which was stopping me earlier. Man, they all really tried to gang up on me there, didn't they? Too bad it really backfired on them. And that's that. Now I've got a whole bunch of new weapons taking the place of the ones I just sold off.
God's bless and reward you, Witcher. Though I can give you only a modest gift. Come by me home. It's not far.
He's not kidding, by the way. I mean, you can see the entrance to his home there with all the dried herbs. And you saw his name, the herbalist. Just gotta wait for him to take his place.
Ah, there he is, my keeper, my savior. I'm with my kin again, thanks all to you.
Trade's good and all, but...
Yes, and far more valuable than the herbs he might have sold me. The fact that he is a Gwent player as well. Although, like most Gwent players, he makes the mistake of going first. I persist in not knowing why they do such a thing, when it is, in this game, really a tactical disadvantage. I mean, seriously, the round ends when both players say it ends. So why not let the other player go first and be able to react to their decisions? Anyway, I've got myself a whole ton of the decoys and nothing much to use it on against a Skellige deck. So I figure I should play some of my removable cards just to see if I can lure him out, so to speak. But as it is, yeah, I can't really use the other cards because they're all resurrection cards and they'll be useful in the next round. And speaking of useful, let's get my spy back. Damn, no more spies. But at least I've still got that advantage. And hey, I've actually got a card that's worth decoying now. Ah, nuts. I could have gotten 2 cards with that Scorch. I mean, probably not, because, you know, I'd have played my Archer. And hey, he actually got his card back. But yeah, now that I've played some cards in this round, and hey, because I've got 3 resurrection cards and only 2 to use them on, I'm wondering, do I even need to draw things out? Well, actually, with them hitting 71, yeah, I think so. I think I really do. Ah, what a shame. Couldn't use your dragon. But yeah, the decoys came in handy after all. Because now, instead of winning the tie of nothing to nothing, I can insult him. I'm not even playing all my cards.
Don't sell.
That's too bad. Unusual biotope here. Never seen most of these plants. Bet they have amazing properties too.
You know plants?
I do.
That grass, the wide blades.
Henny sorrel. Breaks fevers.
And that there thistly one.
Thistle.
Well done. You can look over me stash.
Show me what you got.
I mean, I also saved your life and or livelihood. Kind of thought that would count for something too. But yeah, he buys pearl necklaces and food and not much else.
So long.
Like I said, the fact that he's a Gwent player is far more valuable to me. But it did remind me that I've got some mutagens to concentrate here, including a red mutagen and a greater red mutagen. It's a lot rarer than the other two. Although sadly it still means I've only got one greater red mutagen to spare. I do have two others, but they are currently in use powering up my weapon. Regardless, it's about time I hit the dusty trail again. Continue my path eastwards towards that magical disturbance that Yennefer and the... Well, hang on. I found something else I want to do. If I can talk to someone here, that is.
That's it, Roach.
And I guess if not, I should just keep going. And just keep this in mind for when I am allowed to perform that race in the future, I guess. You can tell that this path is for riders and walkers rather than carts and wagons, because it keeps dividing and combining. Yeah, I'm certainly seeing a weather disturbance around here. Yeah, and a bunch of denuded trees. It's not a good sign. And yeah, I was going for a merchant, but the merchant seems to have gone up this way.
I hold Ciridir too. You know this damn well. But the Mask of Orberus is no trifle. Have you any idea what could happen if it is used? Any idea of the consequences?
No, but neither do you. So stop panicking.
Can hear you two clear on the other side of the island.
Good. May all Skellige know Yennefer of Vengerberg is a common thief.
Control yourself, Druid. I haven't stolen anything. I've merely borrowed something and fully intend to return it.
Ha! The generosity. Just one small problem. Once used, the mask is rendered completely worthless. Not to mention the risk you'll bury us alive, and all the Isles with us.
Barry, what are you talking about?
She's not told you? Might have expected as much. The myth is that Orberus created the mask when the envious seas swallowed his beloved. Unable to bear the prospect that he would never again see his betrothed, Orberus made the mask, which would allow him to peer into the past. He knew, however, that he could only use it once. So he waited. Waited until his longing grew so strong that it became unbearable. When the sea learnt of the mask, it was quick to respond. It made known its threat that whosoever used the mask would bring the sea's wrath down on them. For in vengeance, the sea would rise and flood all the lands and drown the living.
So, no one's ever used the mask?
No, but
So you don't actually know if it works, how it works?
of course I do. The myths tell me.
You believe the myths?
Only ignorant fools belittle their significance. Besides, it's not the myths that are on trial here. It's the thief.
I don't think he's going to care about Croc's permission.
On the one hand, a theft. On the other, Ciri's life.
I also care deeply for the girl. I proposed a series of other methods. Yennefer refused to listen. She claimed they would take too long, whereas she needs immediate results. She has always been hot-headed.
True. At least this time she's got a valid reason for it.
Never mind that she might bring... What? What was that? No. Yennefer's used the mask. Follow me! We must neutralize the mask! Nuke its power!
Well, it did start an instant storm, so there's that. Could be all the stuff about the sea is, well, not necessarily false, but, a theatrical explanation. Also, there appears to be some monsters incoming, along with a merchant. I'm guessing that one of the druids here is normally a merchant when they're not in the middle of a mystical crisis.
Great.
Ah, foglets. My favorite. Dang it. Of course there's at least two of them.
What was that?
Unicorns.
Damn it, Yen. I saw the foglets. I meant how'd they get here?
The power of the mask summoned them.
Ermion says the mask might cause a natural disaster.
Fortunate he's here then. He can jump right in, try to tame it.
Realize he won't let this pass.
Oh, I'll survive, somehow.
What now?
The mask reveals the past, but only in certain places. Places where past events left a strong magical imprint. Take it.
Want me to wear it?
Yes. I'll cast a spell that will let me see through your eyes.
Well, let's go.
This way. Already found the first spot.
Yennefer has this way of reading people's minds without their permission. It's not Geralt's favorite. And yeah, it looks like it's already equipped to our pockets here. So I figure, you know, might as well have the more useful torches in the second slot there.
This is the spot. Put on the mask.
Any instructions?
Keep it on until you've seen everything. And don't stray far. Telepathy is limited in range.
Alright, alright.
What's that? A portal?
2 people emerged from it.
The woman was Ciri.
How can you know?
The way she moved, like a witcher. Seems they went that way.
Come, let's find the next spot. Watch out!
What was that?
Magic explosion of some sort. So powerful that even the echo was dangerous. I wager it destroyed the forest.
But Ciri and her companion weren't harmed. I saw them escape.
Let's see where to.
Place is creepy. I don't like it.
Nor do I.
Anyone here when this surviving.
I know what you're thinking. But don't worry. Ciri can take care of herself.
No, nothing here.
Ready? Use the mask.
Someone chased Ciri. See that? Might have wounded her.
She escaped through another portal.
Know where it led?
Magic residue trail leads to Velen.
Any chance you can figure out where Ciri's companion fled to? His portal's gotta be nearby.
I'll try to find it. Come.
Can hardly see anything, even though it's still the middle of the afternoon.
Don the mask.
Nice fight.
One repelled the other with powerful magic, then fled through a portal.
A mage?
Most likely. It's Ciri's companion and the one who wounded her.
How do you know?
I don't. Making an educated guess. They both appeared in the previous visions.
Ciri's got a powerful ally.
The mage who was with Ciri fled too. Know where?
His trace path leads to Velen as well. But the target coordinates of his portal differ from those of Ciri's. The explosion must have disrupted his teleportation.
Ran into Kira Metz in Velen. Coincidence maybe, but she claimed a mage came to her looking for Ciri. Be surprised if it wasn't the same one.
Whoever he is, he grows more interesting by the minute.
Maybe something left of the one who got hit by the spell.
It's clearing up,
Ermion must be getting a handle on the weather.
which means he'll be free to attack us again.
Are you pleased with yourselves? Look at what you've brought down on us! If someone's death were to help you find Ciri, would you start making human sacrifices as well?
Don't answer that, Yennefer.
Relax. Storm's died down. You've clearly got things under control.
For now. But who knows what will be a week or two on?
Stop panicking! Here's your mask.
It is worthless. It's an unwieldy ashtray at best. I hope you've learned something useful at least.
Very.
I'm talking to Geralt. You I'll deal with later. So,
We think a powerful curse was cast here.
plausible. Considering what happened to the wood, do you know upon whom?
Not yet, but we know Ciri was here. She stepped out of a portal. A mage was with her. Someone chased them. They fought. Ciri was wounded but managed to escape.
Where to?
Velen, probably. The mage opened a portal for her, then he fought her attacker.
Yes? Is that it?
Got a feeling we found something interesting. Just need to examine one more thing.
Went flying in that direction.
Something's been under that tree. Can you?
I can.
Ermion is at least worried about Ciri's welfare as well. See now, once the yelling is done,
Armor's clean. No blood, no sword nicks. Ciri's friend must have... what do you call it?
Vaporized him.
Exquisite. The armor. Though the workmanship's unfamiliar. Can't even tell where it's from.
Probably because it belonged to a rider of the Wild Hunt.
What? So it's true? The Wild Hunt? I feared as much. First here, then on Hindersfjall. What did they want?
They're looking for Ciri.
But why?
Elder blood flows in Ciri's veins.
'Tis true, she can trace her lineage clear back to Lara Duran, which is why the women in her family have always had extraordinary abilities. But could that truly be so important?
Ciri's exceptional. She travels between places here and other worlds. Space is no obstacle for her.
Huh?
Which is why the Wild Hunt wants to capture her. Speaking of the hunt, mentioned it appeared on Hindersfjall.
Well, It happened at least a fortnight after the cataclysm struck here on Ard Skellige. The raids raided Lofoten at dusk in a blizzard. Itself a strange occurrence for that time of year. The islanders said the wraiths. They barged into their huts, killed anyone who resisted, then galloped inland, laughing fiendishly.
Anyone survive?
A dozen or so women, and an old man.
Next stop, Hindarsfjall.
I'll meet you on the beach near Lofoten.
See you there.
Good luck to you. Inform me once you've learned anything new.
Can we talk? The war. Curious to know your opinion.
Well, I believe Emia's chosen a poor time to wage it.
Hard to find any better as I see it, with the North now in disarray.
The North is weak, true. But I've the impression the Emperor's dealing with some domestic strife. Far too much to start a war. Radovid is a madman, but a cunning one. He's certain to take advantage.
You were made a Hierophant. Congratulations.
I thank you. The Skellige Circle chose me years ago, about the time when the old disputes between the clans were reigniting.
Job's been mainly politics then.
Aye, but I've not minded. Since time immemorial, the Druids have wandered betwixt the clans, keeping endless feuds in check. We care for equilibrium, the balance of all things, not just trout populations and streams. We're lucky the Jarls always valued us as advisors.
Wouldn't happen to play Gwent, would you?
Certainly. I got my first deck, years ago, back in Sintra. Proceeded to teach the game to half of Skellige. Why do you ask? Looking to play?
Yeah, glad to play around.
Now, the Druidism aspect of Skellige, I'll admit, that's more of a Celtic thing. And looks like we're up against monsters here, which is why the middle range card was pretty much useless. Starting out with ghouls, including one that was in your hand. Not a strong start, Ermion. Not strong at all. You're only up to 14. That's just not going to work. Buddy, you got to do better than that. And, yeah, I think I meant to look through the graveyard and pick the weaker of the two spies, but I accidentally just grabbed the first card, which luckily was one of the two spies. And with his card ability, or leader ability, he grabbed the other spy. Now, as it is, it appears that he's got a lot of monster packs, but a lot of the weakest of the monster packs, which is not very useful. Now, a torrential downpour, that is useful, considering where everything is right now. Alright, now we're working our way up, apparently. But I'm still in striking distance, and he knows it. So he's gonna have to keep going. Throwing in more and more of these monster packs. He's got plenty of them, it looks like. I could play Scorch, but that would only get rid of my old spy. And so, if I, use my dragon... Oh, actually, thank you. Because now I get to use him again. Oh, thank you. Because now I get to use him again. But before he reappears, I should take out those two witches. And maybe match 15 to 15 here. Alright, he's passed. Which is a good opportunity to clear the board, especially since he's only got one card left, and that is a very self-sabotaging frost card. Really not sure what any self-respecting monster deck would have a frost card for.
Lovely. My congratulations. You've a good deck, but it could use a bit of supplementation. Here, take this card.
Thanks.
You've a knack for it. So much so you ought to challenge Krach. I gave him his deck, introduced him to the game. But the pupil has surpassed his master. There's also Gramist, a vile character, but undeniably talented.
Leshen.
Yes?
Okay, Yennefer's leaving. And
Farewell.
Hermione has nothing new to say. So I guess that's that. Oh, and the Druids camp is just to the north. That's where all the Druids are heading right now, obviously. But yes, take note that the second Wild Hunt disturbance took place a fortnight, that is to say 2 weeks, after the first disturbance. And since teleportation is instantaneous, that does mean that something happened in between those two times. Ciri did not just start in Skellige, she started and then returned to Skellige. Alright, more foglit nonsense. Dang it. Stupid foglets and their stupid giant reach and move combo. Anyway, getting a handle on the weather does not appear to mean that the storm has ended by any means. Just that it will not continue to get worse until the islands drown. But yes, in
Magic.
In ancient Celtic culture, the Druids were said to stand outside of the clan system and brokered peace and maintained the mutual culture of the various Celtic clans. As it is, with the Druids still being rained out and also still gathering themselves together after the whole nonsense from earlier, I figure we'll return to the Druid camp later. And for now, we will explore a couple of locations to the north. And, you know, deal with some Endrigas since we're here in the neighborhood. Along with the giant, what's it called again? Kikimor. I mean, it's got that red death's head above it. It's not a good sign. Which is why I'm keeping my distance. Aricus, that's right. But reading its name is not always easy. Gotta be real careful when my Gwent shield is down. Damn it. Stupid poison. Getting hit by the poison does drain your sword charges. Come on. You're trying to stick me. Trying to poison me. I'm not gonna stand for it. Not gonna stand for any of that. Just gotta jump in a few times, jump out. Stick and move. Stick and move. Ah, dang. Oh, that almost got me. That did get me. Just happened to jump in straight as it was attacking. Bad timing all around. Ah, damn. I got stuck. Luckily, it was at range. Finally. Gotcha. Not only did I get you, I also got a new charge for my sword. Ooh, and a lesser red mutagen. Perfect. Just the sort of thing I'm looking for. Of course, there is a little bit more business to do here. Damn it. Where did the other one come from? Luckily, instant death happened at just the right time for me to not have to concern myself with it. And since I just killed that last one there, and my sword is fully charged, I think we are set. At least for this level. Still got a few more of those to go.
Sawmill looks abandoned.
Huh. I knew there was something here, I just didn't know it would be an actual quest. Complete with a road marker. How nice. Of course, I suspect that the sawmill being abandoned has something to do with all of the tremendously powerful insectoid monsters out here in the woods behind it. Ah, dang it. That poison was draining my health, something fierce. I had to get away. Oh, and here's another two. Yeah, I'm not even doing this for the, Oh. I was going to say, I'm not even doing this for the weapon charges anymore. I'm doing it for the experience. Maybe the experience is something I should have cared more about. But hey. I, reloaded. I went back. I killed all of the Endrigas and that Arrakis.
Sawmill looks abandoned.
And now we are back at the abandoned sawmill, which I skirted around during the replay of that section. I believe my sword is fully charged as well. Alright, that's fair enough. Yeah, Druids care about nature, but not to the point of eco-terrorism. Like, that aspect of the Druidic nature is definitely a much more modern take on things.
Human bones. Guess they're all that's left of the lumberjacks.
And even the whole, sanctity of nature thing is only a maybe. As for, yeah, the thing about Druids is that they never wrote anything down. The Celts knew about writing. The Celts wrote some things down. Eventually. The Druids made a point of never writing their own stuff down. And wow. After all the insectoids out in the woods, that was underwhelming as hell.
Interesting.
What I had to do to get here was far more dangerous than what I had to do once I came. And yeah, people still persistently believe that the Druids were behind the destruction. Although it does seem that some of the actual woodcutters did realize that there was something a little less than human, or more than human. It depends on how you want to think of it. Point is, it wasn't humans. Humans were not a problem in this case. Instead, it was an angry forest spirit doing all the damage.
Let's go!
As you might expect, really. I'm thinking I don't need to take those guys on. My sword is fully charged. They're not guarding anything valuable. No question marks will be answered by killing them. But this guy, on the other hand, this Earth Elemental. Okay. Gotta be a little more careful here. And that is how fast it goes when you use strong attacks against an elemental. Really, strong attacks aren't that much aren't that much slower than fast attacks. And they do a substantially higher amount of damage. Anyway, we've still got some more question marks in the northeast corner of the map here, which appears to take us up past the snow line. It's not really past the tree line, because there's still the occasional tree or two. And if we're careful, we can slide down this side of the mountain.
Medallion's humming. Place of power, it's gotta be.
And get where we're going without killing ourselves. Oh, speaking of killing ourselves, hello there, Cyclops. I think you're an Ogroid. wasn't so hard. I was honestly expecting more, considering he was over-leveled. Yeah. Get this place of power locked up. Then find us that treasure. Ooh. And the legendary griffin armor. Master-crafted griffin armor. That's the good stuff. Of course, we'll have to go back to the other map in order to get the armor and the weaponsmith able to handle that kind of gear. But it shall be worth it. Anyway, there was one other question mark.
Come on!
Just to the north of where we are here. Just past this pack of harpies. Yeah. That's what happens when you get too close to a witcher. Alright, just the one up here to grab, although I don't recall killing it. Oh! Goat's milk. I see. The harpies killed a goat. They'll do that. Anyway, I don't need to set a personal marker in order to remember that there is a question mark up here. By the whale graveyard, as it calls it. Apparently I got him to stand in the cook fire and it set his skin on fire. That's kinda nasty. So you gonna keep taunting me there, buddy? 'Cause I mean, that's fine with me. You can just keep taunting me till you're dead. Yeah, here's the question mark. It's got us up here. I'm pretty sure there has to be a signpost around here somewhere. So I'm just going to run along the coast here till I find it. Ah, more bandits. Both of them with shields, so I've got to choose my moments with them.
Lost your nerve.
And there we go. Yeah, there it is. Whale Graveyard road marker. Where a bunch of clanless Skelligers congregate, plan their next moves. But yeah, the thing about beached whales is that they usually beach themselves because they are too sick to prevent the water currents from knocking them ashore. That's why there would be such a thing as a whale graveyard, because the prevailing water currents would force the whales to a particular region. unless they consistently fight against that pull, which normally they are capable of doing. But when they are sick, they are not strong enough to do so. And sadly, we are still short on the number of red mutagens needed. It is a total of 9. You need 9 lesser red mutagens to convert into 1 greater. So up here there is a question mark in some sort of estate or enclave or ancient castle. Well, we'll find out once we get there. It certainly looks like a castle from here. Some sort of monster. Ah, Al Ghul. Dead Al Ghul, more like. Come on. Ooh, another lesser. Slowly but steadily we are accruing them. Alright. So, ancient abandoned castle. Presumably lost in some sort of siege, which would be why the necrophages are here. And also apparently leads into this tunnel that digs deep into the mountain. By the way, in case you were ever curious, the recordings are darker than the game was when I was playing. That's why a lot of these recordings are so dark that I can hardly see what's going on. And yet, clearly when I was playing, I could. But hey, all's well that ends well. We've got an Ursine weapon diagram. And we've got what I'm hoping, at least, is the item container that has cleared the monster den. Sure enough, it's grayed out. Okay, and with that done, we've got one even more ruined ruin. A little further up the mountains from where we are now. See if we can get up there, do something about it. Maybe do something about these harpies while we're here. Nice thing about these flying enemies is that once you knock them down, you sometimes get a free coup de grace on them. As it is, these harpies seem a lot more aggressive than that last set I fought. Much more willing to come down and go toe-to-toe with Geralt. As bad an idea as that usually turns out to be. Only one person has successfully gone toe-to-toe with Geralt. And that was an angry, racist peasant during a race riot in Rivia. Okay. Getting pretty dicey up here now. Not a lot of paths left open to me that I can successfully traverse. Aha, made it up. We're really coming up on that monster den now. Along with another pack of harpies. Sure are a lot of them on the northeastern part of the island. Alright, there's one more still in the air. Or at least there was. She appears to run off. Or else I was mistaken. Could be either one. But as it is, we have made it up to the road, so we can safely traverse up to the next monster den. Which, guess what? It's full of more harpies. Also a lot of dead people. Recently dead. Kind of surprising given the state of this ruin. Oh! And a vampire. Yeah, I might have been thinking of somewhere else actually. That vampire might have been the monster of this particular monster den. Yeah, that's not traversable. Caergellan. Caergellan? Ooh, glad I searched. Well, the vampire might have been the monster of the monster den. But he certainly wasn't the only monster. Oh yeah. Fully powered erendite. You just try and take me on. So yeah, there appears to be some sort of upper path around here. Not too much to it. Good enough to be worth a look. A couple of side paths over here. Ooh. Including a lever. Fancy. Which I think has opened the main door for me here. The main portcullis. Not that it really matters with, you know, how many openings there are in these ruins. And yeah, the symbol is grayed out, so I definitely found whichever of those treasure boxes is the one that I need to worry about. And hey, the main path down looks actually halfway decent, unlike the way I came in. Anyway, there are a few more question marks to be located on the north side of the island here. For the most part, if I want to keep exploring, I should go find another one of the notice boards. But that can wait until next time.